Good morning, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I got on here today to tell you all that what can help you with your depression and stuff like that when it comes to abuse is get yourself a journal and write down everything that you've been through and everything so that you can have a reminder to go back to. And a journal is a good way to go back to it and see what all you've been through as far as being abused, and help remind you that if you're dating or whatever, and you've got yourself into a bad situation and everything, it helps remind you of all the things that you had to go through in the past or whatever, and write down dates of everything that happens to you and everything, and it just does something to the depression and stuff too, and it helps you folks, and that way you'll have your journal there with plenty of paper in it, so you can write down all the things that you went through, and maybe you're dating again, and you can write down all the things that happens during your date, and write down all the red flags and stuff to remind you of what you've been through. And I don't know, folks, I just think when you write your feelings down on paper and it stays with you where you can go back to it and refer to it, it just helps out. And I wanted to get on here and say hello to you all. And I'm sorry I couldn't get back in here yesterday, folks. I had a lot of things to do and got busy and got sidetracked, so I wasn't able to get back in here again. But yeah, a journal is a good thing, folks. It just helps us out, you know. I have a journal. I have a notebook that I keep a lot of paper in, and how whenever I have feelings of anything, I write them down on paper, just like what videos that I've sent to you before, Those are just theories and stuff that I came up with about the abuse and why it happens and things like that, folks. Because once you heal, folks, from abuse, you start sitting around and realizing what caused it and why it happened and all that stuff, and that's a sign that you are completely healed from abuse. And you can heal from abuse, folks. You just have to work on it daily and get up every day and be happy that you're out of that situation, and that you're blessed to be out of that situation. But yeah, the journaling is a lot of fun too. It gives you something to do when you're not busy with your housework and stuff, folks. And you'll be surprised that if you journal everything and the dates and everything that happens to you, even if you're in a narcissistic relationship, folks, it helps to journal about it. But if you're in the relationship with the narcissist, don't let the narcissist get a hold of your journal, because if he sees what all that you've written in it or whatever, it could be dangerous to you. So just keep your journal secret. And whenever you feel something, just get it out when he's not around or something, and put down your feelings on paper. And, you know, just keep it documented, folks. But you don't have to let the narcissist know every move you make or anything, folks. Just keep a journal about it. And I'm hoping that if anybody's in this situation, that they do think about getting out. And if you have safety plans, folks, you need to journal them and write all them safety plans down, like saving up your money, taking slow steps to get out, wait till the narcissist is gone to work or out somewhere and you know they're going to be gone for a while. You can sneak out. And if it's a real dangerous narcissist, folks, you can always go to another state with another family member that lives in another state and call the domestic hotline or the cops or whatever, folks. I seen a video on YouTube here where this woman she was with a narcissist and they had gotten into an argument, and he was right there in the room with her, and she was acting like she was going to call in to order a pizza. Well, she called the police station to order a pizza, and the narcissist didn't know that. So they heard the narcissist over the telephone, and they knew that was an abuse call. So they sent the police out there. I thought that was a pretty clever move too, folks. But there's a lot of ways, folks, that you can create ways of getting out. You just have to take your time and make a safety plan. And don't let the narcissist know anything about your exit. Stay safe, folks, and I hope that these videos are helpful. I escaped mine secretly by waiting until I knew he was going to be gone for a while and he was going to work on a truck. And I exited my domestic violence situation, folks. And I done my first husband that way too. I had a friend that I grew up around, that came up there one day, and I was telling her the situation. She lived out of town. So me and her got together one day and we talked it over. And she had an apartment up in another town somewhere. And she asked me, did I want to come there? And I said, sure, I'll come up there. So I went up there and I stayed with her for a little while till I got back on my feet. And I was working a job that time, folks. I was working at a Christmas tree factory. And so that made me even closer to my job, where I didn't have to drive all the way from my hometown to up there. That was about 55 miles both ways to go to work. So when I went up there with her, I didn't even have to drive that far, folks, because my job wasn't that far away from where me and her lived at. I stayed with her for a long time, long enough to try to get myself healed, from abuse. But the only thing is, folks, like I told you, I was a narcissist magnet. Somebody that would jump out of one abusive relationship into another. That's what a narcissist magnet is, folks. And so if you do that, then that causes you to stay in abuse, and you don't have time to heal. And so this last abusive relationship that I left from Lebanon, Kentucky down here, that was the last abusive relationship that I left. And I never looked back to none of the narcissists that I was with, folks. and that's when I started to heal. And now I'm completely healed, folks, and I enjoy sharing little tips with you all too to help you get out of that abusive relationship, folks. We don't have to stay stuck with any adult that is trying to control other adults, folks. It's our own free will, it's our decisions. And the best decision that you can make is if you exit your narcissist, keep in mind of what they did to you and everything, and do not go back because it gets worse, folks. And try to make it on your own and make your life happier and get well. And good luck to you all, folks. It's good getting in here, being able to talk to you guys once again today. And I hope you guys have a good day and a blessed day too. You got this, folks. You're awesome. Bye bye.